we need to work with the community and research all things lunch and make it really good again. And then at the end of the week, you guys are going to go into a battle, and it's going to be a lunchbox battle.
And welcome to another Ultimate Battle. This week, the boys are going head to head to come up with a mighty lunchbox. The challenge is to come up with something clever, something tasty, and execute it brilliantly. And as ever, there's brownie points up for grabs. The winner of our brownie point league table at the end of the series will get food heaven. The loser, food hell. Find out more about that downstairs. But for now, let's do it.
A few weeks back, Barry Taylor made us a gentleman's afternoon tea, which turned out to be one cupcake. Now, ever since that debacle, I've not been able to get the concept out of my head. So today, I'm making a geezer's afternoon tea. And whether you're a geezer girl or a geezer guy, you will not be ashamed of whipping this out at lunch. Afternoon teas are made up of different components. Component 1, pizza spicy sausage roll. Component 2, scone. Component 3, sandwich, mixed together, ham, egg, mustard, savoury scones. And for my final component, cake, Snickers Scotch egg.
Now for my packed lunch, I have not only thought about the food, I've also thought about the setting. I was going to call this a Mexican picnic, and then I Googled it. Don't do that. So instead we're making a Mexican fiesta. A fiesta picnic. It's a fiesta picnic. Now if you think that my outfit is playing up to some stereotypes, well, hold your donkeys, because you will see exactly why I'm wearing all this later. So let's get on with the cooking. The whole battle for me is based around lunch to go. Lunch to go. I'm making tacos with lots of different fillings, and it starts with a gazpacho, which is just dicing up loads of fruit and veg and blending it.
It's time for an adventure, and I'm thinking outside of the lunchbox for this one. I'm making a packed lunch for any explorer. That could be for mountaineers, it could even be for an astronaut. We're gonna make a 3-course meal way in advance, so when you're on your adventure, all you have to do is just add water. And we're gonna start with my starter. We've got giant spiced couscous. We want to basically slice up some peppers and take some grapes and dehydrate them to make raisins.
I have a lot of respect for you, because you are going way outside the lunchbox. Is it going to work, or is it going to end up tasting like what's smeared across your face?
Okay, so my gazpacho's coming along nicely. I have diced up cucumber, tomatoes and pepper. I'm just tearing some bread in there as well. We're going to leave that to marinate with some olive oil and some sherry vinegar in a fridge for a couple of hours. Then we're going to blend half of it, leave the other half to stir back in later so we get a nice thick consistency, which is going to go beautifully in some tacos.
Jay, have you seen how he's chopping his tomatoes? Ben's going to need a tetanus jab before he eats your food.
Talk us through your outfit.
Yeah.
So, in the UK, there's a popular running sitcom called Only Fools and Horses, and the lead character, Del Boy, who looks like this, is like the definition of a geezer. An integral part of the costume is the flat cap, which I don't have, because I asked my granddad for one, and he forgot to bring it in this morning.
What did you ask me to bring you for your battle? For your outfit or for your food?
For my outfit?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing, so you were self-reliant?
Just.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, haven't got a hat, I haven't got a hat.
No, that's not fair.
Now we are friends.
You Mexican can't do that.
I'm Mexican.
You're a Mexican. So for my main course, I'm making carne apache, which is basically a beef steak ceviche. If you know ceviche from Peruvian food, it's where you don't really cook the food, but it kind of cooks itself within lime juice. So this is going to be steak. You'll notice that my steak is quite hard. It's because we've left it in a freezer for a couple of hours, so it really hardens up, and that's going to make it easier to slice and dice thinner and smoother. Limes, coriander and jalapenos left in a bowl together, and it will kind of cook the food without using any heat source. It's incredible.
So while you've been away, I have fried some mushrooms and tomatoes. I've then blitzed them up with some basil, some mint, and some nduja, that spicy sausage what Ben got out the other week. And now I'm going to spread that mixture with some mozzarella and some basil onto my puff pastry, which I had to fight for. And then roll that over on top of itself, brush it with egg and honey, and bake it in the oven. Oh, there's a dead fly on my basil.
Man down! I have now chopped everything I need to chop and smashed everything to smash. It's now time to go into a dehydrator. and then lid on, and then set that to 60 degrees. And these will all take different times to dehydrate because of the water content in them. So the grapes and the cherries might take up to 18 hours, but the carrots and the mushrooms say more like 4 to 6.
How can I make a Mexican meal without some refried beans? I'm going to peel and dice an onion, some garlic, fry that off in some lard for a couple of minutes with some jalapenos and some chili powder. Then I'm going to add the beans in and then going to mush it up with a little bit of water and some coriander until it becomes a kind of guacamole-esque consistency.
Now my sausage rolls are in the oven, I can move on to my sconwich. So I've got some scones here. I'm going to hollow them out and I'm going to brush them with mustard, put a little bit of ham at the bottom, then I'm going to crack an egg into them, put a couple of drops of Tabasco on the yolk, and then they go in to the oven as soon as my sausage rolls come out.
And now onto my steak. I better start cooking this because I'm hoping to dry this one out too. Nobody in their right mind is ever going to make this at home.
No.
Our dehydrated mashed potato is now going into a blender and being blitzed up into a dust.
Don't you make instant mashed potato because you can't be bothered to make real mashed potato? Whereas what you've done is make real mashed potato and then turned it into instant mashed potato.
It's taken me 20 hours to make instant mashed potato.
Now on to my Snickers Scotch egg. Here is some chocolate sponge. I'm going to crumb that all up, I'm going to add a little bit of water to the peanut butter, and then I'm going to stir that up so I get icing consistency, and then mix those two together. Then I'm going to halve a Snickers bar, stack them one on top of the other, and use my chocolatey cakey mixture to pack around those two Snickers bars. I'm then going to chop up some peanuts, mix those together with some cornflakes, crush those, and then pan my cakey balls in flour, egg, and then my cornflakey peanutty mixture.
I can move on to my dessert. Fruit salsa. We're going to dice up mango, pineapple, strawberries, little bit of mint, little bit of zest and juice from a lime, and a pinch of cayenne pepper. This is an incredible fruit salsa.
So for your starter, you want to fill up a bag. Done. Mashed potato. Now for your beef stew. There's a lot going in this one.
Yeah, just what I want. My food has been through a Dyson.
Chocolate pudding. Deliciousness in a bag.
How can you have tacos without, well, taco shells? We're going to take these, we're going to make them a bit smaller, and then we're going to put them into an oven for a few minutes. We're just going to bend them round the oven rack to make hard taco shells, and that is everything finished for our Fiesta picnic.
Now this is the bit where you just add water, a few centimetres higher, just to cover it all. Bring that to a boil, let that simmer for a good 5 or 6 minutes.
I think somebody had a little too much adventure for this.
Now, to give him his chance, we're still going to taste his food. So what we have to remember is this is last resort food. This is top of a mountain somewhere, just add water. Mate, function over form.
Don't sell it to yourself. If he's too sleepy to sell it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You'd happily eat that. That is actually, it's got sweetness from his dehydrated grapes and the peppers.
I
Slight bit of
completely conked out.
spices.
Are you filming?
What?
Mate, he's tasted yours.
He's tasted yours.
In fact, he's mid-tasting and giving feedback.
Oh, God, I went completely there. That will not work. Sorry.
It's fine.
It's fine. The concept is brilliant, mate.
Hang on.
What?
If I'm halfway up a mountain and somebody serves me 3 courses, I'm already impressed. Chocolate, pudding.
That is until
Hey,
Nick tries
this is upside down cake.
When I saw them in the bags, I wasn't convinced, but you know what? That's actually really clever. Now, I'm a bit of a lad myself, so I'm looking forward to this.
Did he just say that out loud?
A bit of a lad myself.
He just,
Why is that so funny?
Before you do anything, I just want to serve this with a Thai iced tea, some condensed milk.
Automatically, that shot's always good.
If you want the recipe for that, we did a really good eye candy video on it.
Instantly, nice golden colour all the way
As
around.
a spicy sausage roll.
That is delicious. Hot, but that is really, really nice. Mustard, ham, egg.
Egg and scone.
The yolk has a richness. Very difficult to get a soft runny yolk. But actually, in here, I'm not sure you need it. Simple ideas, but completely turned on their head and made gourmet. I love all 3, and there's a drink as well, and a wet wipe.
Gave you a wet wipe.
you're a lad. What is wrong with you?
Oh, and they're peppermint. So far, so good. Now for Jamie's. Where do you want me to start?
I'll tell you where to start. Follow me. Follow me. Now, earlier, I mentioned that this costume wasn't actually just a costume. This is a picnic blanket. Just pop down here. A sombrero filled with shot glasses, tequila, lemon. We've got some salt back here. We have the food here, gourmet style, lunch. And also, my little buddy that's been cooking with me, he's a piñata.
Okay, look, I'm here to test the food. Yeah. The freshness of the tomato, the sherry vinegar, all very good. And this is like fillet beef, lime juice.
Yeah. And it's just cured, isn't it? It's not even cooked.
There's loads going on here. There's a starter, there's like a double main, and you've got dessert. It puts me in that quandary again.
Can you know the piñata? I might need to punch something.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
lad, he said so earlier. See the way he sipped that tequila. Well done, mate.
I think Barry has to get a brownie point for doing something with food.
Did not expect that.
I don't think anybody
Something with
expected
food that we have never done before in 8 years. Yeah. That is very clever cooking. I am also going to have to give a brownie point to Jamie, because the first time this series, he kept something up his poncho sleeves for the end.
Yep.
And the food is great. The carne apache is delicious.
Again, something we haven't done in
The
8 years.
gazpacho, also great. And you finish with a fruity side note. Yours was absolutely delicious. If I give you one as well, then we're back to square one.
Right, Baz, if
fair,
you pull
that is
your pull your thing down, pull that down.
Oh, yeah.
You even planned this?
There we go. There we go. Yeah, go. Go.
Do you know what?
That was one hell of a week. We set out at the beginning of this week to make lunch great again, and I think we did it.
Can't fault it. If you want to give any of the recipes a go, remember we had po' boy, we had 3 different sandwiches, instant ramen, and loads of recipes today. They're all available at Sorted Foods. You can get the links downstairs.
If you haven't subscribed, then subscribe. If you like the video, then like the video. If you have subscribed, but you haven't clicked the little bell to get notifications when every time we upload a video, then what are you waiting for? Do that.
And as if we haven't had enough fun this week, it all starts again tomorrow with a brand new theme.
But if you can't wait until tomorrow for that, then you can head to sortedfood.com right now and you can see tomorrow's video today.
I think he's in.
Click on the left if you missed our last video, or click on the right video for one of our favourites.